وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا للدين. Just to say one thing, may Allah reward all of you for what you have established in this place by coming together and remembering Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in a way that is to me perhaps more suitable for the Indian generation that are being born and raised in this land. Every country that you travel to, you find the seerah of Rasulullah sallam is being recited to suit the culture that the people are living in. And I have always been saying to the people I come across, when you go to the Far East, when you go to China, when you go to Russia, when you go to Iran, when you come to Turkey and the Arab world, different countries have different ways of celebrating the seerah of Rasulullah. And I think it's about time that in this country people will celebrate, and mashallah, alhamdulillah, may Allah reward the Sheikh Abdal Hakim and the brothers with you for doing something absolutely special. Absolutely special. May Allah bless you. And it's a pleasure to be here. However, the most essential thing in remembering the seerah is to gain the most important, the ultimate thing, the love of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Love is essential, but I would like just to take 2 minutes to explain to people, because the word love, according to the spiritual masters, it's the love of yearning to return to the original position that we have come from with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In Arabic it is hub. 2 letters comprise this beautiful word. The ha is a letter that brings from within it the attributes of Allah that a person who loves must have them. A person who loves must always be alive. From his name or attribute Hayy, the living. He must always be truthful. From his name Haqq. And also he must be tolerant. From his name Halim. And he must be wise. From his name Hakim. To be somebody who truly loves, your love achieves for you that which was achieved by Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to be allowed to go beyond the higher 7 heavens, where Jibreel alayhi salam was always called upon in the lower heavens, and Muhammad sallallahu was asked for to come, but there Muhammad sallallahu was asked for to go beyond where Jibreel can go alayhi salam with his physical flesh body. And Jibreel said to him, and we all know that if I go 1 footstep further, I will burn. لو تقدمت خطوة لاحترق. Now that is what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is here for, to bring to us how we can love in the way that Allah wants us to love. To love by being alive, and that living can only be brought by the remembrance of Allah. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam gave us the example by saying, the one who remembers Allah and the one who does not is like the living and the dead. And the best of people are those who are always remembering Allah. Keep your tongue busy with the mention of the name of Allah. And the best that I have brought, and the Prophet before me, is La ilaha illallah. And the companions, Allah described them, Sallallahu alayhim, as the people of La ilaha illallah, and they were the most deserving to have it, and therefore they were the closest to Allah. Number 2, that you must be truthful. If you are not truthful, you have nothing. For Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us the advice in the Quran, وَكُونُوا مَعَ الصَّادِقِينَ. Be with those who are truthful. Who are the truthful ones? Those who know their way to Allah. Those who understand the method or the methodology that Rasulullah brought to us to reach that position. Lying will never take you anywhere. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam stated it, مَنْ غَشَّنَا لَيْسَ مِنَّا. Whoever cheats is never one of us. And therefore we need to be very careful when we are seeking Allah to avoid that by all means. And then we need to be tolerant. Because at the end of the day, in this path, which is very difficult, we need to find the ways through which we can pass the obstacles. أَفَحَسِبَ النَّاسُ وَيُتْرَكُوا وَيَقُولُوا أَمَنَّا وَهُمْ لَا يُفْتَنُونَ. Do people think that they will say we believe and they will not be tested? Indeed, Allah will test them to realize among them who is really truthful in his mission that he has taken upon himself to reach him, to achieve that love. And as I said above all, to use wisdom. Allah said in the Quran, وَادْعُوا إِلَى سَبِيلِ رَبِّكَ بِالْحِكْمَةِ, and invite to the way of your Lord by using wisdom. Wisdom is the highest. وَمَنْ أُوتِيَ الْحِكْمَةِ فَقَدْ أُوتِيَ خَيْرًا كَثِيرًا. Whosoever is being given wisdom has been given a lot of good. I pray and I ask Allah that Allah will put upon all those hearts gathered here that teaching of hikmah, so that inshallah we'll be able to achieve that love. But then the word hub has a second letter, ba, and from ba come bar. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one who provides for you means to be able to love. Rasulullah put it beautifully, none of you is a true believer until you love for your brother what you love for yourself. Hence, I will conclude by saying the love of the flesh, the love of the physical body that we live with here is the love of selfishness, is the love of seeing seeing yourself, being self-centered. The love of wanting everything for yourself and nothing for others. That kind of love brings hatred and brings division and brings fights. Rasulullah was told in the Quran that we should always work together and see everybody is a potential servants of God that who could one day be achieving that love, and never judge them by their appearance. For Allah doesn't look at the appearance of the shapes or the figures, but He looks into the heart. And that's the mission of the awliya. That's the mission of the righteous men and women. That's the mission of those who left their home and wandered in the desert and the jungle and the cave in the mountain to be like Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. To be like him. I wish and I pray that we think of this message, and that a book I just read from one of the greatest lovers of the Prophet ﷺ, who has been very successful, Imam Sulaiman al-Juzuli, who traveled and learned at the end of the day, without love you have nothing. We say in a saying in Sudan, Al-ma indu mahabba, ma indu al-habba. The one who has no love in his heart, he doesn't even have a grain or an atom weight of anything that he can call himself to have. You have love, you need to go to the name of Allah and the name of Rasulullah and then praising Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this book begins with the name of Allah and then the name of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم تخلقوا بأخلاق الله. He sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, conduct yourself with the conduct of Allah. May Allah allow me and allow you to always be conducting ourselves according to the way that He created us to be, so that we can become the complete man.